Nope.
It's always a guessing game. You hit the button and wait.
You never know.
And wait. When is the indicator going to say that we're live? You never know. Sometimes
like 30
it's like
seconds ago, we're sitting there looking at the screen like idiots.
It's 20 seconds. That is the tricky part, isn't it? Sometimes you go watch the show back and it's like, we're not live, we're not live, we're not live, we're not live. And then you go watch it back later, like, ooh, we were live for 20 seconds.
Yeah, those guys are sitting there looking at the screen like idiots.
For you guys, you're going to talk about that garbage?
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
I don't blame him. He's eating his food.
Yeah. Kevin, if Kevin comes back, we got to figure out where he is, because he is one of the most traveling people in the firearms industry. He is slinging suppressors all over the country. Any given day of the week, he could be in a different state. Yep. He could be in a different time zone. He could be, well, no, he's pretty much always on the same continent, I think. We'll have to figure out where he is at some point.
There he is.
All right. There he is, and he's back. Okay, so we've got comments going already. Gary is out there with his
trademarked
yo. Here's what we're going to do. Trademarked. I don't think it's official. I'm just saying. I think he made it up. I think he made it up.
No, but
I don't think it's real.
Until you get an invoice in the mail and you're like, oh, it is real. Like,
yeah. Okay. What do we got here?
It is the appropriate number of yos.
It is. The trademark is a little shady. I'm not even sure. Hurry up. Okay. The funny thing is, we really should start the show on time. And I saw that comment and I was like, you're not the boss of me.
Nope. Yeah. You don't tell me what to do.
It's like the guy sitting behind me at a stoplight. The second it starts to turn green and honk, 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 guess what? Brother, you ain't going to the next light cycle.
Yep.
Because I'm going to sit here. Yep. I'm not saying that's what we did at the Gun Snob, because we do try to respect the time of all the people out there. And man, he's making me work hard here.
He did stretch out the yos.
The 3 yos is the only acceptable greeting. He knows this, but the Gun Snob stretched it out into, I had to show 6 things on the screen. Look at that. Crystal did not lie to me. A very enthusiastic yo. Crystal scared me, because
she scares me every day.
When my phone rings, I look at it and it says Crystal, and I'm like, is TJ hurt? What happened?
TJ's not calling me.
Yeah. But no, she just wanted to encourage me to harass TJ on the program. We'll talk about why here in a little bit, because I feel like there's more to the story than I heard on that very entertaining.
And you could interpret from that, right?
I don't know. I don't even know. All right, Crystal being nice to the Gun Snob. Hey, the Gun Snob being nice to Crystal. So there we are. We're all caught up.
I mean, awesome.
All right. Got to remember, stay hydrated during the program. All right. Welcome to This Week at Gear Report, sponsored by Maxim Defense, home of the absolute greatest firearms ever known to man, or something like that. I need to go read the ad copy again to be sure what I'm supposed to say. The truth of the matter
sounds about right to me.
Here's the deal. Yes, they support the program. Yes, there is a financial arrangement there. And they literally said, we just want to support what you guys do. You use the money however you want, do whatever. But, we allow them to partner with us because they make really awesome stuff. So I don't know what they want me to say about it, but I like it. So there we go. Let's see. Oh, I see there's another comment up here.
It's just Crystal.
I was not filming. TJ was blindsided, but not me. All right. So it appears that I'm being coerced into diving into the story. There seemed to be...
I think she wants you to get it over with so she doesn't have to hang out the whole show. I'd wait till the end of the show and make her wait.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, Crystal, if you want me to if you want me to talk about this sooner, you need to give a like and maybe do a share somewhere, get some more people in watching the program. That, my friend, will motivate me.
Numbers talk, comments
about
walk.
this. Well, that's a true. Well, we just went up by 50% once I said that. So apparently, man, Crystal's on fire. She increased our viewership by 50%.
She tried to turn it on the other TV and clicked on YouTube.
Hey, whatever. So apparently the hardest working man in Florida took a day off. And I was a little bit like, wait, what? You mean like one of the other guys in the family, like Pablo took a day off. That's what you mean, right? She, no, TJ took a day off for me. That's what she says to make the wife feel special, and went with her to Epcot in the Magic Kingdom because people in Central Florida, they do that on a whim.
Yep.
And they can pull that off.
We have friends that have access to the new Tron roller coaster that's not open to the public yet. So we get the
really. I was not aware of that. So she was saying something about Guardians of the Galaxy, and apparently you were tricked into that.
I'm not a roller coaster fan.
Down for it.
I'm not a roller coaster fan because I'm really tall and I hate like things like flying over my head and stuff like that. So we went to Guardians of the Galaxy, and nobody told me like, oh yeah, no, it's not like a really bad roller coaster. Like it's just like the move along at this level plane thing, and it moves around with that. Oh no, it was a freaking roller coaster. You turn around in the seats turn. I was like, I'm freaking out. I'm all right.
That sounds
holding on for dear life on that thing. I mean, everybody else had fun. They were like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm like at the death grip on the handlebars. Like, this sucks.
Right.
So,
but you survived.
I'm here.
And I'm hearing that you were duped into going on this. Is that correct?
Yeah. Nobody told me it was going to be like a wicked roller coaster.
Wow.
Because if I known that, I was like, oh no, I'm not going.
So
I'll sit out here, and because it is Epcot, they do serve beverages at Epcot. So
I feel like I was being lobbied to take Crystal's side and say it wasn't her fault, but I'm kind of feeling like she could have warned you.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I thought she should have done a little research on all these rides and said, oh no, TJ's not going to go on that one. But
I wasn't there. I don't know how it all went down. I'm just saying, I'm getting the vibe that it.
Our friends that we went with did not tell me that it was a wicked, wild, twisty, turny roller coaster.
Yeah. Did you throw up?
No, I don't throw up.
Okay. Then what with all the drama, Karen?
I still like roller coasters.
Yeah. Okay.
I like roller coasters. But the Tron one was pretty cool. The Tron one was not bad. It's only like a 70-second ride. So I was like, I can hold on to a motorcycle thingy for 70 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and I can see everything. As long as I can see stuff, I'm fine. When I'm going backwards, or if it's like you can't see where you're going, when I'm out.
Gotcha. Okay. Crystal is blonde, so that does help support her argument. But still, I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like I don't have enough information to really weigh in on this.
I don't have enough information.
So we're going to move on to the first segment of the evening. And we're going to call this, Where in the World is Kevin?
Where is Kevin?
Where is Kevin? Kevin, you're someplace different every week. Some weeks you are unable to join us because you're someplace different. So
yeah,
where
this week,
has the magic
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
I'm in Pennsylvania right now, headed southbound.
Yeah.
I was at the Great American Outdoor Show this week, and I saw Chris from the 740 popped in and said good evening. And I actually met him in person yesterday. Met him in person.
Was it the highlight of your day?
It was awesome.
Cool.
And then we had a great week.
That's how we feel about it.
Yeah.
It was an awesome week. There was probably, 100,000 people there. It was intense.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You sound pretty good.
A lot of individual customers.
I'm thinking a week of that, and I've been around you a bit. I know your sales pitch almost as well as you do. There's a lot of words involved. I'm surprised that your voice is working properly.
I'm okay. It was 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. for the last like 5 days straight.
Wow.
So I sold a lot of suppressors.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was a lot of fun. And right now I'm headed southbound. I'm going down to Georgia to drill this weekend with the National Guard.
Yeah.
Got to go play a soldier.
Wow.
There you go.
And so thus I've lost my beard.
Yeah.
But life's
keep
been
Uncle
golden.
Sugar happy so he keeps paying you.
Yeah.
That's right. So it was definitely a good week. We got some content.
Yeah.
I think we did a couple little segments with Chris from the 740 out there.
Yeah, I heard a rumor. Oh, we clicked at the same time, didn't we?
There you go. Yep, we did. Always happens. We're like, oh, look at that.
Yep.
Nothing happened.
It was a timing thing. Kevin said Chris was 740 and did some filming. Like, oh, there's a comment we can put on the screen. And then we both clicked and it came on and went away like that.
It was good.
So what was hard about filming there? Just crowded?
It was really loud. There was a lot of people. It was very congested.
Yeah.
You know how SHOT Show used to be? Shoulder to shoulder, people, crowds, crazy. It was like that.
Wow.
For quite a bit of the week. And what else happened?
Bows.
I saw I met with the CEO of the NRA.
Uh-huh.
And I met with a couple other YouTubers. I saw Mark Chapa.
I don't really watch YouTube. I don't know who anyone is.
Yeah, it's okay.
TJ watches, but I'm either working or making video. I don't have time to watch it.
Apparently, I have too much free time.
Right.
Maybe you use your time more efficiently.
Yeah, to do some more Gear Report stuff. Slacker.
Well, right,
Jesus.
right.
I know. I feel you.
I'd get more done if I didn't have 20-some guitars in my office. That's bad news.
But it's been a very good week.
Good. So
Very good week.
Is your boss real happy?
I would imagine so.
Good. I need to hit your boss up. Your boss needs to sponsor a segment for this week at Gear Report. So,
yeah,
if his pockets are flush with cash, now's the time to do it. Yeah,
but all stack orders. Bam. Oh, and by the way,
I would like to chat with you at some point to see if that is a possibility. I did strategically bring it up in a public forum to put you on the spot, but we can work things out in private. If it works, great. If not, then whatever. I was a bad person for putting you on the spot, so it's okay.
You were. I was like, I think it's totally possible.
Excellent. All right. So had you been to that show before, Kev?
Nope. First time.
And you think it sounds like it was worth the trip for you and
definitely coming back.
Yeah. As a company, do you think you got more out of that or SHOT Show?
We definitely sold more suppressors immediately during this event.
Yeah.
Right. We sold them to dealers, customers, everyone. It was amazing.
Cool.
It actually runs for 2 more days. All right. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 more days left. But I got to head southbound.
Yeah. Yep. Well, safe travels. Safe travels, definitely. Get your duty in and get a little bit more money.
Oh, yeah.
Rolling in money. Well, we're glad you could make it again. It's always good when you can be here. Let's see. A couple things we need to talk about. Wait, what do I see here? Let's see. There's a thanks, Chris, because he commented that Snob posted a great video today. I owe you a thank you, Jeff. I'm afraid to ask what this is about. I'm going to go on a limb and assume, because it's always safe to assume this has something to do with Streamlight.
So easily to
If so, then I'm pleased. It shows that, geez, how many years have I been working with Streamlight? Like 6 or 7 years of working with Streamlight on reviews. Yeah, at least 6 or 7, maybe more. That maybe I do have just a hint of influence with them. I was able to get Snob on their reviewer list. That would please me. Yes. Okay, so I want to remind everyone of a couple things. Number one, if you are someplace where it's easy to pick which platform you watch on, we're on my personal Facebook. I don't always do that. Sometimes I'm feeling saucy and I'm like, you know what? All my friends get to see the show tonight, not just people who follow Gear Report. So we're on my personal Facebook live streaming.
Whoa.
We are live on the Gear Report Facebook page. We are live on Gear Report Firearms, the YouTube channel. We're live on the regular Gear Report YouTube channel. Why? Because they let me.
Because we can.
We are live on the Gear Report Twitch channel. Apparently, we're live on the Gear Report Twitter channel. Do we call that a channel? I don't know.
Platform?
And what's the last one? Oh, I can't even see what the last one is. What is that? Oh, Odyssey. Apparently, we're live on Odyssey as well. And
big time up in here.
If you aren't getting enough of Gear Report, or maybe you can't catch the whole show, you can set it up on any of your favorite podcast platforms. We are all over the place in the podcast world. So if you want to set up so that it downloads for you, you will find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Pandora. I think we're on iHeartRadio. Right. We figured that out last week because I was like, what do you mean we're on iHeartRadio? But guess what? We're on iHeartRadio. I suspect we're on some more, and I just keep forgetting them. So if you're someplace where you can choose right now what platform you're watching on, if you can go to the Gear Report Firearms channel on YouTube and watch there, that would be very nice because we're trying to build views and watch time so we can monetize that Bad Mama Jamma. And if you want to toss a like on whatever platform you're on, or maybe even a subscription on one of those platforms, especially at Gear Report Firearms channel, that would also be very helpful as well. So we appreciate everything that you do out there in the audience to help us out. And if you're listening in podcast, definitely know that you can come on to any of those other platforms and leave comments if there's anything. I mean, do you guys know how podcast works? Like if someone's listening, do they have like some way that they can leave a note like on Apple Podcast or anything like that? Because I don't know.
No idea.
I think Spotify, you can leave comments on the show overall, but I don't think you can leave them live streamed during the event.
Oh, look at that. Kent Nelson joined us. I heard a rumor that is that's actually the fake name persona of a famous YouTuber who in his off hours goes by the name Kent Nelson. So I'm not going to say anything about who it is. Kent Nelson. I don't want to give away anyone's actual identity. Well, it's nice. Gun Snob, we'll let it play over there also. This is a service that I try to provide for some of the friends of Gear Report as well. Sometimes if I'm not streaming, I have like 7 or 8 YouTube accounts. If I'm not like playing Gear Report videos and liking them on each of those accounts, then I'll stream one of the folks that we're friends with. I'll go find some of their latest stuff and stream it and give them likes as well. But I figure it's the least we can do to help each other out. Apple, you can leave a review is all I know. Well, that's more than I knew, so that's appreciated. All right. Why don't we dive into our regularly scheduled? Let's head into the first segment. By the way, before we do that, though, I want to mention post-shot show. We have spent a couple weeks talking to folks about coming on as a brand and talking about the brand history, the scope of the products, all that kind of stuff. and we are starting to schedule in the future for some of those brands to come on. We really wanted to kind of decompress from SHOT and get some things done before we dove into that. But I think potentially next week, maybe the week after that, we'll start. And then we're probably going to be booked up and have lots of guests on. So for any brands that you specifically would like to hear from, feel free to leave us a note or send a note, and we will see if we can get them on. And and also, Kevin shows up sometimes and talks about gun stuff and talks about GSL, but we should probably make an offer, like corporate wise, to say, hey, if they'd like to send you to be on and officially talk about the brand and everything, you can do that. Or if someone else from the brand would like to join you or come in place of you, whatever. I'm open to whatever.
Whatever.
Cool brand can come on.
Do something crazy.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. It may have been vetoed already. We'll have to discuss. Not that, wait a second. The Gun Snob does not have veto power on this channel. Gary does have a band hammer.
Gary does, though.
And that scares me.
Yeah.
But the Gun Snob does not. So I think we may just have to ignore them. All right. Let me find, where is our banner?
I don't know. Hold on.
We have figured out where in the world Kevin is. We can get rid of that one just because we have to say it. Boo ATF. Want to be sure that's out there. Although I have to be honest, I am starting to kind of, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to jinx anything.
Don't say anything.
Since I started, I'm going, I'll tell you at least the direction I was going. I feel like whenever you start attacking someone or a group of people or whatever, there's a certain amount you can do before you get people too pissed off and riled up, and I think the ATF, as incompetent as they are at a lot of things, most things I would say, they have done a reasonable job of kind of walking the line of kind of needling people and messing with people, but not pushing enough that it really riled people up en masse. I feel like they have just said, hold my beer, and they're just going to screw with everyone until everyone is so pissed off that they go vote and do other things that really chop the legs out from under the ATF. So I am optimistic that that what they're doing is going to backfire and make things better for us and worse for them. I just don't know how long it's going to take for us to get there. So I still support the Boo ATF, though, even though I think that they are getting a little full of themselves and not realizing that this is going to blow up in their face. And I mean that figuratively, of course. Oh my goodness. You want to guess who just texted me, TJ?
Crystal, I guarantee it, because my phone's in the bedroom. She's sending pictures again. I told her not to do that.
Oh.
Yeah, so
you thought it was okay to send this?
I guess, dude. I don't know.
No, actually, this one isn't that bad. This is
been a long day.
This is the day at Disney picture there. So, all right.
I wore my Flamingos and AR-15 shirt.
That's awesome. Did anyone say anything about it?
2 people were like, "I love your shirt." I was like, "Thanks." And then I've met some people, but like they actually gave me a beer. I'm like, "Sweet."
Wow.
They're like, "America." I was like, "America, here's a beer."
That is amazing.
I know. It's always nice when you get a free beer.
That's a brilliant title, The Quiet Hustler. I like that. All right.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah. All right. And with that, we're going to transition. We're going to transition into recent reviews. I got to tell you, I have thought about, and I need some feedback here. You guys tell me, and people leave comments as well. I met Toby at Cape Gunworks at SHOT Show. Watched his program. I think it was yesterday, and it was really neat. He does a really good job on that program. But I found I was only able to watch the first hour, and then I had to go do something, and I missed the second hour when G-Webs was live. I mean, I caught part of it, but not the whole thing. The long form portion. The first hour, he would go a few minutes, and then he'd have a break where he'd play a commercial. And he'd go a few minutes, he'd have a break and play a commercial. And I was like, oh my goodness, would you please stop? So with that said, I have been encouraged to add some commercial breaks to this program. And I can't decide if that is worth. I think if we do it, it may be like one or two. Toby had to have had 8 or 10 of them in the course of a 1 hour program. And it's like every time you turn around, there's another commercial.
Got to pay the bills.
I know. And they all looked really good. They sounded good. The production quality was great. But I find that today I am so spoiled by Amazon Prime Video and all the other different streaming video services where I can pick what I want, play it when I want, stop it when I want. That when I have to watch something that has commercials or listen to something with commercials, I'm like, I'm going to throw something at someone if I have to keep listening to these commercials. Yeah. So anyhow, that's my thought. What do you guys think?
Negative. I mean, I'm not a fan of them. I'm the same way. Like even when I'm watching YouTube videos and they start doing it, either I'll fast forward past the video or it's at the end. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I check out.
I think what I'd like to do is kind of like we've done with Maxim as the show sponsor. I want to do like recent reviews sponsored by insert the brand name.
Insert
and
brand
then
here.
I think that will be less disruptive and less likely to make people go, ugh, commercials. I'm out of here.
Right.
Whoa, did you put this on the screen yet? Hold on. Kevin is my favorite suppressor salesman I know. Yeah, the rest of it's unimportant.
Yeah.
That's
an elite club, I guess.
It is. Yeah. Oh, what is this? You should do a Paul Harvey style commercial in this show. Make people think you're still just talking, and it magically becomes an ad read. Yeah. I'm nervous about that kind of thing. I was never a fan of those with Paul Harvey.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on.
What do we got?
Recent reviews. That's not recent reviews. That's Facebook, and we'll come back to that.
What are you doing? So,
recent reviews on the Gear Report homepage here. I got to tell you, I had some fun. These aren't even reviews, but these are a recently published article. But is it really an article? It's kind of an article to house an embedded video. But I got to tell you, this is cool, I think. And TJ was a part of this. TJ was the on-screen talent for this. I just held the camera.
For the few seconds I'm on there.
Yeah. All right. Let's wait a second.
I wasn't the star. I was more like a.
Are you still seeing the Facebook thing on the screen?
I do. Yeah. What is that?
All right. I think I have this set up wrong. I must be
World War II tank. It says.
Yeah, I must be. All right. So I'm going to stop that. And then present. I must have picked the wrong thing. Share screen. Oh, I had picked a specific tab and not the window. I meant to pick the window.
The tabs are finally getting you. See,
now
the tabs are getting you. Just so the listeners out there know, Jeff usually has like 30, 40, 50 tabs open at all times. All the tabs. He uses the whole top of the screen or bottom screen, wherever they're at.
Same here.
Look at that guy with the old school Gear Report.
I don't know about the Paul Harvey thing.
Yeah.
That's like a somewhat recent Gear Report shirt. You know, we had we had
second gen,
a couple different variants
Got
before that.
Yeah,
that's third gen, maybe.
It might be third gen.
All right. Kevin muted right before I was about to mute him. Okay, so what we're seeing
Sorry
here,
about that.
you see TJ
got him
there?
muted.
No worries. You see TJ, and then Scott from Battlefield Vegas. He is wearing a shirt that says Heavy Hitters. That's what they call the armor mechanics at Battlefield Vegas. And if you haven't been out there, or you have not seen, we have got some links here. First time we went to Battlefield Vegas 2019, we were hanging with Dustin Ellerman quite a bit. Top Shot Dustin. We were hanging with him quite a bit, or he was hanging with us. I think it was kind of a mutual thing. And someone who worked at Battlefield Vegas had invited him, and that was Ron. But Ron is also the owner. Like there are multiple Rons.
Yeah.
Ron, the owner, is almost my height. And then Ron that invited Dustin is very much not that tall. So they call it Ron and Mike Ron. So Mike Ron invited Dustin. And if you click on that link, the first link under the video, you will see some pictures from that visit with Dustin, where Mike Ron said, if you come see me at Battlefield Vegas, I will pay out of my own pocket so that you can shoot 100 rounds with a minigun. So I got to be Dustin's cameraman and watch him do that, which is fun because, he's a pretty chill dude until the camera turns on, and then he loses his mind. He's just full of energy and crazy, very entertaining. We went back after SHOT Show in 2020 and did a whole bunch of outdoor range stuff. We did some things there on site, and then they drove us out to the desert where they have an outdoor range. We did a bunch of stuff there. In 2021, there was no SHOT Show. 2022, we went and filmed a bunch of stuff. I actually thought I had lost some of that footage, and I located it recently and was like, ooh, this stuff's gold. I've got to publish some of these videos. We've got new video and pictures from our trip this year. After SHOT Show, we went back to Battlefield Vegas again, and this time spent the day over instead of the armor mechanic shop, we were in the wheel mechanic shop where they were working on Humvees. So that was a pure joy, and we had a really good time there. So that's all the information about Battlefield Vegas in general. Right beside the coffee shop where our friend Michelle serves up some of the best coffee in Vegas, you will find an M4A3 Sherman tank that is purported to be the only Sherman tank that made it back from the Pacific Theater, let alone where it was in the Battle of Iwo Jima. Nothing else made it back from Iwo Jima as a Sherman tank, and they believe nothing else from the whole Pacific Theater. So the only one that came back, and if you watch this video, you will get a full background of the condition it arrived in, what they had to do to get it back, aesthetically restored, but then they went a couple steps further, and it had severe rust, severe damage, like severe. They stripped it bare, rebuilt everything. Now that tank runs, drives, the main gun, the artillery gun works, the machine gun works. Everything works. It has a different power plant that they'll tell you about. They didn't put the old school motor in. They put something a little newer and more reliable so they go out and let people drive it. So you can actually pay to rent that tank. They'll teach you how to drive it. They'll let you drive it. They'll let you fire the main gun on the tank. And it is, as far as they know, the only one left from the Pacific Theater in World War II. So this is like a museum piece that you can actually go out and drive and fire. So super, super cool. Tons of detail in this video about where it was and how they determined the history, and a couple other cool things in here. Let me see. We'll see if this will play well enough. Cool things you can do. There's the outdoor range at Battlefield Vegas.
Oh yeah, and this is the fun part. Jeff with the flamethrower.
Lots of cool things that we did there. Yeah, I did the flamethrower. The Bofors 40 artillery. and a minigun. Man, they really spoiled us on that trip. We did not get to go up in the helicopter. You can shoot a minigun or a machine gun from the helicopter. We did not get to do that on that trip. TJ's shooting the Modus off of a armored personnel carrier.
That was fun.
Hopefully this is coming clean. But I wanted to share because they've been so good. There's one of the tanks that they have there that you can drive. And there we are riding around in an armored personnel carrier in the desert. And then TJ driving an armored personnel carrier. That is, in fact, what you just saw there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's right.
If you want to see the rest, you have to go watch it. But I wanted to show that off because that was super, super cool. And watching these videos, put these videos together really reminded me how much cool stuff that we were able to do at Battlefield Vegas over those many visits and how fortunate we are. But I'm telling you, unless you're just weird, you're going to be interested in this M4A3 Sherman tank video. So please go watch that. I feel it was a huge privilege that we were able to record that and publish that for you guys. Okay. Speaking of tanks.
That's pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah. So another one from Battlefield. And this is another video in that batch that the memory card that it was on had been misplaced. And I found it when we got back from SHOT Show this year and was like, oh my God, all these videos I thought I lost.
Like,
I found it again.
Like we shot a ton of video over there. Jeff's like, I have no idea where it's at.
Oh, so much cool video that we shot. This one is a T-54. It started life as a T-54, like a Russian design tank. And then it got upgraded to be somewhat a T-55. So if you know tanks, maybe that means something to you. And in this video, you will see a guided tour, a little bit outside, a whole lot inside, where the commander sits and the driver, and how the artillery portion works. And then we go for a ride around the yard, and you see me sitting up there on the top. TJ had an opportunity to ride on the tank because there's another hatch up there. He could have been right beside me on another hatch, and he's like, I'll just stay down here and film. So. No, maybe
it's better that I did. See,
yeah. Hey, it worked out. I was able to use both my footage from on top, and then you had footage from the ground. I was able to sync them up and switch back and forth. So you see the bird's eye view of me sitting on top of the tank, and then it cuts to the side view of the tank. I'm really kind of pleased with that video. That's a fairly short one, like 6 or 7 minutes or something. So please go watch it and like it and subscribe to the Gear-Report channel and all that. And I debated, should I put this on the Humvee Gear Report channel or the main Gear Report channel, or should I make a new one like Gear Report Tanks? I said, you know what? I'm just going to put it on the big one, on the main.
I don't think
Gear
we have enough
Report
tanks
channel.
to do reviews on. Throwing it out there,
bro.
You don't have to work with tanks either.
I've probably got 40. I've probably got 40 tank like walk around videos from this past trip. And there's a tank museum about an hour from my house, and I took the Sea Scouts there about a year and a half ago, and I shot a ton of video there. So I probably have enough video. I can make a legit tank channel.
Tanks, Humvees,
everything. Leave a comment if you have any thought to do a tank channel. All right. Caleb, our elusive hunting editor, who occasionally is seeing. You know what? I feel a little bad here. I'm going to pull myself down and put Kevin up there. I'll hide behind recent reviews, so you guys get to see.
There you go.
You get to bask in the gloriousness of the Kevin. So we have Wilder Tactical Minimalist Molly Belt Elite Package. This ain't for the commoners. This is the Elite Package that Caleb was sent. And did you get anything from Wilder Tactical, TJ?
No.
Because we talked to that guy at many events. We've talked to him. Yeah. And he's always saying, yeah, just let me know what you want. And man, they make some cool stuff.
Yeah.
And he sent me an email afterwards. Hey, what do you want me to send you? And I never gave him anything to send me. Like I basically I had too much on my plate. And I was like, they're so nice. They make really nice stuff. I don't want them to send it and then I sit on it for 6 or 8 months before I get to it. So, anyhow, I may get something from him eventually because it's really cool, but I've chosen not to yet. Caleb got a really neat setup from them. He gave it 4 out of 5 gears, which you may recall that is what can't be reached. Oh, I see what the problem. Oh man,
what'd you do?
More so tab issues, Jeff? This is something that TJ and Caleb have both brought to my attention recently. When I changed web host, it broke a lot of the links. You may be able to see up here. It says Gear-Report.com gears rating explained. The little forward slash that's supposed to come after the .com is missing. All those went away in links within the site when I moved to a new server, and I hadn't figured out how to fix it yet. I've gone in and manually fixed it in some articles, but like here, all of these images, I guarantee you, if you look at the URLs, it's just missing that trailing forward slash. So I've got to figure out how to fix that across the whole site. 4 gears stands out as a top option in the product class and price point. So that is rather high praise. And you can see where to get it at the Wilder Tactical website, various different pictures. Caleb has really stepped up his game with his photography skills. I got to give him credit. He was not the world's greatest photographer when he started. And I gave him a couple tips on how to do it. And he has really stepped up with some really good product photography, except for the one where he is wearing the tactical belt kit while vacuuming the house. That one's a little weird. But the rest of them, I think, are pretty good. Yeah. So go check it out if you have ever thought about getting a battle belt or you want like kind of a light version of a battle belt. This looks like a pretty cool kit. Caleb really liked it. And who knows? Go see what he says about it. See if maybe that would be a good one for you or maybe something else will work better for you. Did we talk about this last week? We didn't talk about this last week, did we?
We did not.
Why did they give me? I changed the emphasis on this. Why did they give me this cool gear at SHOT Show? Initially, I just said, why did they give me this cool gear? And some of the brands answered with, well, just because or whatever. It was like, no. Not why did they give me gear? Why did they give me the gear? Like, why was I selected to receive all this gear?
Just Gear-Report.com, baby. Come on now.
Apparently. Yeah, and I was talking to the guy over at Condor today that runs all that stuff. His name is Case. He put together the whole giveaway that they did, and he said that this year went well enough. They're hoping to increase the value of the package that they give people next year. And I'm excited because this was like $700 worth of stuff. This was a pretty good package.
It was a lot of neat stuff.
It was. And
I'm not a big camping fan, and even I thought some of the stuff was neat.
Yeah, definitely. Like the Lockhart Tactical Status Gen 2 triple arm kit that I think we showed on screen and talked about last week. Oh, yeah. Right after SHOT or something. There were a bunch of really neat things in there.
Definitely.
Actually, that's why I'm remembering this.
You went through the whole thing.
We went through the whole pack on the show.
That's where you pulled it out of.
And then I ripped the video from there and published it as its own kind of overview video for all those brands and brands in it, because that's one of the things that Case told me was if people make the brands feel like it was worthwhile to kick in the gear that they gave away, then they'll be able to do bigger and better next year. So it's like, you know what? It took me a couple hours to edit the video and get the article up. I mean, you can see I wrote something about every product on here. hopefully that will make those brands feel good, and they will continue seeding media folk at SHOT Show with all sorts of product samples. We can get to know their brand and have opportunities to say cool things about the products that we like out of that kit. So, and I'm trying to think, was there anything in there that I didn't like? I don't think there was. Everything had some utility and value in my estimation. And I do a lot of outdoor stuff, so I might actually use just about everything in there. But I do have to say the Kershaw, and I said it last week too, I think, the
little knife,
Kershaw Launch 10 is a really badass little auto opening knife. You know, you push the button, and like I told my son, hold on to it before you push the button, because once you push that button, it is going to try to jump out of your hand. And he pushed the button, and it came open so strong that he was like, "Oh my God, I almost dropped it." So, yeah. All right. Anyhow, that was the other article that I put up there with links to all the products in that kit that was given out by Condor. And it's all the stuff we talked about last week, so we're not going to go through that again. That, my compadres, compatriots, friends from the country, that concludes this week's recent reviews segment. So we could talk about reviews that will be published soon, and I will lead off. TJ, get ready to talk about what it is that you have in the queue coming up. I know you got a bunch of things. You can give us an update on what you have coming up soon, and I am loading on the other screen real quick. I say real quick. There we go.
Nothing's real quick.
Trying to get a look at this one. Oh, and it doesn't have a title. It's a fishing rod. So clearly, I don't know fishing rods that well. But we have, I think it was last week, we talked about a guy that submitted his first review of the Lifestraw Peak 8-liter gravity water filter system. He submitted that review, this one right here, and he actually submitted, you know, hey, I'd like to write for Gear Report. I said, awesome. Here's how you do it. Send some articles in. Well, the next, I got 3 articles in my inbox. So I got one of them published, and the second one I was editing today and realized he never sent pictures for it. So I'm waiting on pictures for that.
Okay.
But it's a Japanese fly fishing rod, which is something I know absolutely nothing about. It's called Tenkra is the company, Tenkra Rod Company, and they call it the Sierra, a Japanese fly fishing rod. He really likes it, I'll tell you that much. I know practically nothing about fly fishing of any nationality, so I don't know really liked it. So we shall see. As soon as he gets those pictures over,
I know a little bit about fly fishing. I will go on from the mountains of North Carolina with the super lightweight rods to out here, and there was everybody wants to fly fish for sailfish and stuff with the heavy duty saltwater fly fishing rods.
Interesting.
That's what everybody wants, dude. I want to catch a big fish on a fly rod.
Yeah.
Apparently it's fun. Right. It seems like hours and hours and hours and hours of work to me.
Seems kind of tedious, but you know,
it does. They have electric reels now, you know.
That's kind of
easier. Just saying.
Yeah. All right. So you know what? I am just going to delete this here. By the way, I'll show you one last time. Floor guns. That segment is dead. So I do apologize. No more floor guns because I feel like we were tempting fate with the folks
YouTubes
at YouTube who just don't like to see guns on any kind of live broadcast. And we don't have to agree with it. We do have to kind of play by the rules if we want to maintain access.
It doesn't mean we don't have our floor guns.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah. I mean, I can tell you the Maxim PDX and 300 Blackouts, doesn't go far from me.
Right. It's right here.
As you're patting it's always right here.
Good PDX. Good PDX.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, if the shoe fits, right? Yeah. So anyhow, we're not doing that segment anymore. What else do you have? What do you have that you think might publish before the show next week, TJ?
Probably a lot. The probably links defense, the bureau, the PDW little discrete SBR case that I got in, and then the Savior equipment, the mini range bag, and then probably the Sky, the DVG.
Right. Cool.
I'll probably get all those out because they're like so close. I'm sure you see it like, TJ worked on something. Like, when's he going to?
You put a lot of stuff up. What do you guys think about? Something I've been kicking around is, we've always really been based around the long form written reviews. We do have quick reviews. I try not to do too much where it's just a quick video, but then, a little bit of text around it, just a container article. I'm thinking I may do a couple of those for some products that I don't necessarily want to do a written review for. Like I've got something we'll talk about in the Guitar-mageddon segment here that I don't know that I really want to write a full written review on that, but I may just shoot a quick video showing how it works, that kind of thing. I've got, I've been swimming again. I've swum over 3 miles this week already.
There you go.
And it's crazy. I took a month off because I was sick before shot and then after shot. And, the kids are getting into championship season, and I swim in a lane beside I'm usually beside like the high school seniors that are going into states and going into postseason competitions. And it's like, I cannot get them sick right now. Like I can't pop my head up coughing and give one of them whatever has made me feel bad for 2 weeks. And then, wreck their chance of placing well. Dang, there went their scholarship they were working on.
Good job,
I can't be that guy. So I took a month off. I went back. I've swam 3 times this week. Monday, Tuesday, I take Wednesday off because I had a Sea Scout meeting, and then Thursday. So those 3 days, and I'll tell you what, I felt awesome, sore,
there you go,
and worn out, but it really went well. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And I'm thinking some of the swim gear, we've got a pretty exhaustive article for, like, if you have a new swimmer, a new high school swimmer or club swimmer or something, what kind of gear you would need to get them, gear recommendations. Yeah. I've had a couple brands send me like goggles and things like that. I'm thinking I may start putting some video of that. The Gear Report Swimming channel on YouTube. Yeah. It's sitting there in the wings waiting. Yep. I can tell Kevin is not impressed. So maybe this isn't a great idea. But
I'm so excited.
I'm reading the room here. but I may fire the Gear Report Swimming channel up, start uploading some stuff. Because it's not like I'm stretched too thin already.
Right. I mean, you've got plenty of time.
But I've got stuff that I'm using.
You could open up a tank section and a swimming section.
And especially, I could. I know. I don't know if it's a good idea.
You have plenty of time to open up one for tanks and one for swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. It's been decided. TJ, do you happen to know, Coach TJ, do you happen to know, are there any rules, or what are the rules about high school or college athletes getting paid for working with brands? Sort of.
High school?
Like,
negative.
if I want my daughter she's got a Division II offer and is thinking that within a couple days she'll be invited to a D1 team that she's talked to, and they were eager to have her, and she's trying to work out what the financial side of that one would look like. to see if that's really viable or not. But do you know, like, if I say, all right, little Miss Swimmer, time to earn your keep a little bit, review some stuff. Like, she swims in her competition suit, like $600, $700, $800 each. They're insane. We need to be reviewing that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
But I can't review it.
Know if there's any rule. I mean, it's, you know, as long as it's not like a school or somebody sending it to her or something like that. I mean, I don't see anything. It'd be like a summer job, you know?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, is that, like, we're buying these suits. No one's giving them to her. So if we're paying for them, we should be able to do whatever we want, right?
Yep.
I think I'm going to put her to work on that.
To work.
Say, hey, you want to keep wearing $8 suits that are crazy. Like, she'll get 15 races, maybe 20 races out of them at the most. And then they're done. Like,
really?
Yep.
Jeez.
It's crazy. But that's what you got to do to be super fast. And
I went through it with track and track started up. We have our first track meet from.
But it is kind of an investment because she's. Oh, wow. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? I said last week that we would talk about how the state championships went over the weekend. So my youngest I was just talking about ended. She was only allowed to swim 2 events in this meet, and she got her best ever time in the 200 IM, which she was happy about. And she did not get her best time. She got her best time this season, not her best time ever, but is now the reigning state champion in the 100 backstroke. So
that a girl.
Rather proud of her for that. So
that a girl, yeah.
Yeah, all the time that she spends at the pool.
Nice.
She put in the work.
I'm gonna have to get her a new metal rack. She's running out of room. Oh,
pegboard.
Yeah. Yeah, and she coaches, and my son coaches, any lifeguards. So I think I need to put this to work, putting together, you know, like a new lifeguard gear kit, a new swimmer gear kit, that kind of stuff that we can have up as a review on.
Just tell the kids, be like, listen, you guys you're going to have to do this, kids, because if not, Daddy is going to be in a Speedo on this show. So you guys are going to have to step up your games. Nobody wants to see that. Well, I'm not going to say no.
They don't watch this show. They don't care. All right. I think that wraps up reviews that will be published soon. I didn't put Kevin on the spot because I know he has been busy and will be busy for a while, but Kevin does. So do I have one in the queue that hadn't been published for Kevin? Did I get all of them?
No, I think we're good right now.
I'll have to go back and look just to be sure.
I've got another one I'm going to kick into the works.
Okay.
I might have it ready by next week. We'll see.
Okay. Nice. All right. It's getting a little glitchy on me, but I clicked the button and it took. We are now officially in everyone's favorite segment, TJ's Happy Hour. So it only took us 58 minutes to get there, but you know, hopefully it was worth the wait.
TJ's been in Happy Hour since the show started, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah. All right. But that was premature. I apologize. I'm taking it back. I'm sorry. I'm attempting to take it back. Let me see if did it work? My internet is trying to give up on me. I can tell. But it's time for Guitar Mageddon, everyone's favorite portion of the program. I'm going to talk about 2 things real quick here. Number one, I made some adjustments to my my budget Yngwie Malmsteen Strat with the scalloped fretboard, and now it plays very, very nice, very close to what I would call amazing. It frustrated me once I put it together, so I just want to give an update. that is back on track. That's looking pretty good. I also in the all right, where's my fit? Right here in this one, the Les Paul in the middle there, Les Paul Custom. I put a new set of pickups in it early this week, late last week, I don't remember. And I don't think it made any difference whatsoever. So I think I'll swap them back. Unfortunately, that's like a 2-hour job every time I swap them, but what's the point of leaving them in there when they didn't make any difference? It sounds really good either way. I was just hoping to make it slightly better. Okay. On the product segment, we have, can you tell what these are? Do you know what you're looking at here?
Not at all.
Brown
No
things.
idea? Oh, let me show you. This is kind of cool. Oh, turn it sideways. Oh, what? Is that a guitar transmitter, or are you just happy to see me? Yeah. So actually, that's a receiver. This one
must be a wireless transmitter.
Yeah, this one.
Must be it. What he said it was.
Yeah, this one plugs into the guitar, and so you don't have to have a guitar cable that you can trip on or it can get kinked up or whatever. So Legato is the company that sent these. I had a set of these. They sent me a set probably year and a half or more than a year and a half ago that worked really good until I put distortion on the guitar, and then it kind of got staticky. This one actually corrects that problem. Works good, super simple. You plug them into a little USB to charge them. So I will add these to my guitar accessories page if anyone wants to get those. All right. Now,
yay!
Go back to TJ's happy hour. And I will once again reiterate for everyone out there in podcast and in the live video world that TJ is actively looking for a sponsor for TJ's happy hour. So this segment has not been branded yet. Who do we think it'll be? TJ Happy Hour brought to you by Hair Club for Men. I don't know. Who do you think it'll be?
Those guys. Woodford.
Anyone. We'll find something. Woodford. Yeah. Hey, people, you should reach out to them. If anyone has a connection with any good brewers or distilleries or anything like that, then definitely send them a note and say, trust me, bruh.
TJ's happy
you need to get on this TJ guy before someone else snags him up. And TJ will make your brand look good.
Yeah, TJ's had a
he'll do it for pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on the
dollar. No, he'll do it for dollars on the dollar. Yeah.
Dollars on the dollar. He will work for booze.
Dollars on the dollar.
Sometimes I feel like I work for bullets.
Don't say that. Because then all they'll send is booze. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to get. I knew I forgot something. I couldn't remember what it was.
What'd you forget?
Underwood Ammo. Underwood Ammo sent 3 types of 10 millimeter. And I was going to say the Lord's Caliber. It's at 9 millimeter. But what do you think would be my second choice for the Lord's Caliber? If it's not 10 millimeter, which I've got to come up with a better name for 10 millimeter, it's not 9 millimeter. What else could it be? Like a pistol ammo that I'm like, oh, I'm not worthy.
I'd say 32.
Yep.
32 caliber.
40 Smith & Wesson.
I was going to say 40. Because we bust everybody's chops on 40
Smith & Wesson. Yeah. So
seems like a lot of the 32 caliber guys feel that that's the
10 millimeter.
I was going to say 380, but then Jeff would just kick me off the show. So
I don't know what's wrong with those people. Yeah. That's not a bad idea, actually. All right, Kev.
And then there were 2.
State now, baby.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh,
I got
no.
power.
What?
I got power in this show. See?
Oh.
See what happens?
Yep.
I can.
So
Back
a couple
like a
weeks
New York-
ago, we switched
Act like a New York cockroach.
Can't keep me out.
Oh, yeah. So a little over a year ago, we switched away from StreamYard to Melon app site to stream the show. And when StreamYard reached back and said, "We will give you a deal if you'll come back," and I said, "Yeah, okay." What I failed to really consider was coming back to StreamYard meant that TJ has full ability to do whatever he wants on the show. Where in Melon, he was very limited. There were only certain things TJ could do on the screen. He had very little control, but he has full control on StreamYard. So
I can do it all.
I'm not sure I really thought that out as well as I should
You did
have.
not.
What is happening here?
It's a mess in the city.
For those of you in podcast, TJ is changing the format so that he was big and then everyone was narrow, and
that was disturbing. I didn't like that one at all.
Things
That was
changed
scary.
on the screen there. All right,
it's like an alternate universe there.
It was
G23.
looking out-ish.
It's actually almost Hobo TJ. TJ's got a little.
All right, hopefully feeling better.
Yeah.
And I think a show or two ago, he was saying he was actually in the hospital. So hopefully he's out of the hospital and doing well. And he correctly noticed that I did not shave before the show, which is funny because I brought my electric razor to my desk and was going to shave before the show. And I had a weak moment, and Amazon was up in one of the very few tabs that I had open on the computer, and I saw a Corey Feldman movie available, and I was like, watch, because I'm a glutton for punishment. And it's been painful so far. The movie is Meatballs 4, and I have 29 minutes left in the movie. And I will say that it's a terrible movie in pretty much every respect. And Corey Feldman must be surrounded by yes men, because someone needs to tell him, like, dude, just stop.
They're like, it sounds like a great idea. He's like, really? He's like, yeah, awesome.
All right, G23 is out of the hospital. That is good to hear.
That's good.
Sucks whenever anyone has issues and has to get medical treatment and has any lingering effects, but it beats the alternative of what used to happen, and that was anything would kill you. And now we have a much better survivability rate. So always happy when I hear people, even if they went through something that sucked like crazy, I'm happy for them because they're not dead. So
there we go.
Because I'm an optimist.
You are.
Yeah. So what else do we have coming up? We have, I think the next thing we have is the gathering at the end of March. And then April, we got a couple things. I got the military vehicle show towards the end of the month. And I feel like NRA show is in April. So I need to get our travel stuff sorted out and sent over to our travel sponsor so that we can get that invoiced and taken care of ahead of time and not have to sleep in the van at a rest stop. Because while that is fun and you meet some really cool people,
oh goodness,
you also meet some people you'd rather not meet. So
yeah.
All right. Oh my goodness. T23 almost died from flesh-eating bacteria.
Flesh-eating bacteria. Nasty.
Well, welcome back to the real world, I guess. You know, thank goodness you did not succumb to the flesh-eating bacteria, and hopefully you make a full recovery, and that's not the kind of thing that will come back and cause you problems in the future. So, yeah, I tend to be the silver lining kind of person when it comes to that kind of thing. So there we go.
There you go.
All right. Do we dare wade into the murky waters of current events?
I don't know.
Kind of afraid to. There's so many things going on with bump stock ban. We know got what it sounds like overturned, but I guess it could still be escalated and like reinstated or something. I don't know that that's actually
I'm
done.
sure.
I don't know that it isn't. I don't know that it isn't. I do not watch the State of the Union because, frankly, it's a shit show. It's just doesn't matter who the politician is that's in office. It has devolved to the point that it is nothing but a big. I'm just going to say it's a big lie. It's like they spin everything to make it sound and support.
That was pretty much it.
Platform is and try and throw the other party under the bus, and it doesn't matter which party's in power. So I don't even bother. I heard that Dementia Joe said some things about assault weapons and maybe even pistols and ban them all, which is awesome. You know, that for years they've been saying nobody wants to ban your guns.
You have to take your guns, but
That's
we
a
want
lie.
to take your. We all know it's a lie. Forever.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, like I said in the lead at the beginning of the show, at on the show floor this week, you mean?
Yeah, this week we had some pretty good conversations about the pistol braces.
Okay.
Will be impending doom coming in there.
So I don't want to be complacent and say it's all going to go away before it becomes effective. I fear that it's going to be like the pistol brace. It's clearly constitutional, but so is the NFA and the Gun Control Act, and they've been around for almost 100 years. So I don't I hope that the pistol brace stuff gets Clover Tech says he's totally okay with them taking all the guns as long as they send them back afterwards. I get the attempt at humor there, but I don't trust the government to not lose them or screw them up or just say, well, we have them, we're just going to destroy them. Screw you guys. So yeah. Anyhow,
sure. Turn in all your weapons.
I'm optimistic
as soon as you explain how you're going to get the criminals.
Stuff won't last. I just am not necessarily optimistic. Yeah. Well, or how the ATF has put all this time and effort into the least dangerous thing that kills the least people of all the stuff that they are over. Alcohol and tobacco kill exponentially more people every day than firearms do. And a lot of the firearms that kill people are firearms in the hand of people representing the U.S. government. So if you take out all of the times when government agents of some sort, whether it be military or law enforcement or some other agency, shoot people, that's not an inconsequential percentage of shootings in America. I mean, let's be honest. You take the government shooting people out of the equation, and it's even more egregious, the disparity between alcohol, death caused by alcohol, deaths caused by tobacco, and deaths caused by firearms. But you don't see the ATF screwing with people over alcohol and tobacco, even though that clearly would be the biggest bang for their buck in benefiting the U.S. people by eliminating things that are harmful and are not constitutionally protected, but they're going after the constitutionally protected firearms that are a drop in the bucket as far as the number of people that they kill. So if I didn't know better, I'd say that they're not doing it to help people. They're doing it to generate political hay for their masters.
True.
Yeah.
Talk about taking my booze.
So we'll leave it at that. Yep.
Taking my booze. I see how you are.
Oh, what's he say? The difference is that the NFA and GCA were legislation, not bureaucratic directives. Well, that's part of the difference. They were legislation. I still argue that they are wholly unconstitutional. They may have been voted on and passed, and the Supreme Court may have even said they're okay, but them saying it's okay doesn't mean that they're actually consistent with the way the Constitution is written in the Second Amendment. So that is my stance on that. And just buzzkill. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the more we speak the truth about this stuff, the better chance we have of making real progress and eliminating some of these things that shouldn't be out there on the books to begin with. But that's just me. That's what I think. All right. What else you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm all depressed now. Thanks.
All right.
No,
well,
kidding.
With no suggestion.
I've got some things. I've got some things coming. I'm excited. I got
the show.
I told you you saw what showed up. The
Kevin's like
set from Live Free Armory.
Can I sling suppressor?
The AR-10.
We showed that last week, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
we showed that last week.
I'm
and
coming
we
up
talked.
with the.
Did you talk to Marcus
colors?
And get
I talked to Marcus, so I'm going to come up with the color for it, and we're going to get together and see if we can do that. So that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So
looking at different color schemes.
I don't remember.
Nonstop. It's crazy.
Nice. So TJ's going to experiment with using Duty Coat, which you don't have to have an oven to bake on like Cerakote, which I home user friendly as a solution for painting either coated or even anodized firearms that you want to just change the color. If you would consider using gun coat or Cerakote or any of the other coatings, then Duty Coat should be a good option. That it goes on a little thinner, has a better durability, doesn't have to be baked. I mean, these are all things that we've been told. Yep. So this is going to be the real test is when we put it in TJ's hands and he actually applies it to the Live Free Armory lower, upper, and handguard on this new 8.6 blackout AR that he is nearly complete in assembling.
Sucks as I've assembled it. Now I've got to take it all apart to Cerakote it or Duty Coat it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the crappy
part.
You're like, I got it all together. Awesome. And then you're like, oh, I'm not going to take it all apart.
Some of it's just rattle can that shit. Doesn't matter. Spray it right over.
If I wanted it all one color, just put it all together, and then it's never coming apart. Like, spray it up, lock it down.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Not doing that.
So we'll look forward to that and seeing how your progress moves forward on that. And I think for now, that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up and see if I can figure out how to actually shut it down. Last week,
big button on the right,
clicked the Leave Studio button, and you know what it did? It took me out of the program and left TJ sitting there, the only person on the screen. I'm like, oh yeah, shut that down. I just forgot. We'd been out of StreamYard for a year. I forgot that there's a button that says End Broadcast. That's what I needed to click, not Leave Studio. Mm-hmm. So with that, I'm going to thank.
All right.
I told you I was doing too. All right, I'm going to click the Leave Studio button, and then I did. It was just the wrong button, not the one I should have clicked. I'm going to click End Broadcast this time. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Please come back next week, Thursday, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. I suspect we're going to have a brand or two joining us for the program next week and in several of the weeks moving forward. So that'll be a treat. They're all going to be cool brands with really cool stuff. You're not going to want to miss those. And if you're bored or not bored, whatever, if you have a second, please load us up on some of the different podcast platforms and have a listen there and help give us a little bit of traction to help get things going for the show on those platforms. So that expansion out into the podcast universe has been very interesting so far. All right, with that, I'm going to go download the audio for this and upload it so all the podcasts are available when you wake up in the morning, everyone. So
awesome.
Until next time.
Beautiful.
We'll see you at the range.